Hello everyone and welcome back to another Jurassic World video. There's so much real estate on your screen right now, but it's the only way I could get my face cam to look halfway decent. This is what it looks like if I'm capturing the entirety of my face cam and it's not, zoomed in, so yeah. I kind of feel like I should mention it in every episode because I feel like people are going to look at it and say something even though nobody has said anything yet. But today we're going to be taking a look at some behind the scenes stuff for Jurassic World. And there's a lot of this material on the official Jurassic World YouTube channel. And I think there's a lot of material on the Universal All Access YouTube channel. So we'll be taking a look at some of that as well. Now, since we're playing catch up to getting back to where we were before I decided to redo this whole playlist, we're going to be doing maybe a video every day or every other day until I get caught up. So there's that. But be sure to follow me over on Blue Sky, because not only am I posting links to the work that I'm doing, but I'm posting videos from other content creators, usually comedic videos, whatever I find, that I think is interesting. I'm also keeping you up to date on the gaming side of stuff. We're a month out from the Switch 2 release, and like I said in our first episode in this playlist, I said that Jurassic World Rebirth was coming out in June. It's not. It's coming out in July. Actually, I was mistaken about the month, but nevertheless, let's jump right into it. Today we're going to be taking a look at stuff directly from the set of Jurassic World. Should be interesting.
Is this one of theirs?
It's so weird without music. It's a whole different ball game.
Straight back to the park.
How the hell did they get one of these things started? Dust. Boom. Boom. And ready and action. Look up, look up. Good, now get the hell out of here. Good. Cut that.
Oh, snap. Dropped a whole big old brick.
And it'll go starting now.
I always love scenes of the actors watching what they just filmed on behind the scenes stuff. I did like this scene in Jurassic World. It was one of my favorites. We got to actually see parts of the garage for the visitor center. Although I kind of always felt the garage would be a little bigger, so I don't know if maybe that I don't know if that's something they really thought about. I guess there were just the 2 Jeeps in the movie, so maybe the garage only housed 2 Jeeps. I'm not really sure. I like seeing little behind the scenes areas, and I mean like behind the scenes in canon, in the movie universe too. It was nice to be able to see the garage, and it's just been sitting there for not quite 30 years, but almost 30 years at that point.
And then if we cut right there, it'll make this one look awesome. From this one to this one. We'll know exactly where you were.
The Jeep. It would have been so cool to have a Jurassic Park Jeep. It's funny because a lot of car enthusiasts and Jurassic Park enthusiasts, they will, buy a Jeep and set it up to look like that. I've seen the Ford Explorers, and just the other day I saw a, not the exact same Explorer used in the film, but I saw a, I don't know if it was a Blazer or what it was, but it was made up to look like the tour vehicles. I like this angle too because we kind of get to see inside the garage, which you see it in the movie, but here it's more well lit. You can kind of really see what you're looking at here. This is where they're building Main Street. I don't want to get hit with another copyright, so I'm going to fudge the music a little bit. Yeah, they had to build an entire gigantic set for this. The thing is, I don't remember where they built the set. I don't know if it was like on a Universal backlot or where they built this set. I do remember that when they announced they were going to be making another Jurassic Park movie back in 2013 or 2014, somewhere in there. I remember they were taking casting calls for extras, and I remember it being in Louisiana, I think. And I remember thinking, oh man, if I had just known about this sooner, because I think it was like after the fact when I learned about it. Those scenes had already been shot. Not that I had easy access to the means to get down there. Granted, I live in Alabama, so I'm not that far away. I could have easily, we could have easily driven down there, but getting in, hotel stay, the shooting, all of that, it would have been a lot. And we're kind of broke. We don't have the means to facilitate that, but it would have been cool. It would have been like a life dream, like a lifelong dream of mine come true. I want to be in one of these movies. Hell, extra, I don't care. I want to be in a Jurassic Park movie somewhere at some point. The Indominus! Look at her. I love the Indominus. She's one of my favorite movie creatures of all time and one of my favorite animals from the franchise of all time. I remember people being very vocal and being butthurt about there being genetic hybrids and stuff in the franchise. Of course, people were outspoken about them actually making the park and getting it up and running after everything that had happened. All the rumors had come out about Isla Nublar, because you got to figure, once the people got back, Grant and Ellie and Malcolm and whoever else got back after 93, the incident there, rumors were flying about Malcolm was trying to tell everybody what InGen had done, and nobody was really believing a word he said until the incident in San Diego in 97. Then all of a sudden, everybody could see for themselves there was a dinosaur running around on the loose. And then, CNN did the interview with John Hammond where they kind of, pulled back the veil and said, okay, yeah, we have the power for de-extinction now through genetics and technology. We can do this. And here we are in 2015, and Henry Wu is still playing God. And I think they might touch on that in Jurassic World Rebirth some. I'm really excited to see that movie and see where it goes. The attention to detail. That's Stan Winston's studio for you. Look at her. So sad that she didn't make it into any of the other films. Like a waste.
Copy that. Beat camera coming. Okay, did you get those balls?
Oh, look at this bad boy. Whew. You'd hate to run across him in an alley. You know, and I've talked about this before in my Let's Plays, but I do kind of fear the day when they don't use practical effects and everything is 100% CGI.
Don't hit it.
So there you have it. A few short but sweet behind the scenes clips for you. I will be looking at more behind the scenes footage. Let me know what you guys thought in the comments section. Tell me if you like the Jurassic World trilogy or if you were only a fan of the Jurassic Park trilogy. I personally like both. Obviously I like Park more than World. I think that each kind of brings its own uniqueness to the table, and I think they both have their place in the series. Now, what they're going to do with the new trilogy, I haven't the foggiest, but we'll see. You know, when that day comes, we'll kind of cross that bridge when we get there and be able to evaluate, you know, how we feel about it. But there are a lot of these clips. Be sure to look in the video description of all the videos in this playlist. I'm going to do my best to stay on top of that. I like to post the original content source that we're looking at in our little reaction videos here. You know, there's always the struggle of having to deal with copyright and then fighting and telling them, hey, it's fair use. And sometimes they listen, sometimes they don't. It's kind of a toss-up. But regardless, short but sweet video today. Hope you guys enjoyed it. As we're moving into a digital age, you see a lot less of this kind of stuff. It used to be that you got these kind of behind the scenes little featurettes on DVDs and Blu-rays and stuff. Not so much anymore. Everything is streaming now. Netflix and all these so-and-so plus, and you don't get to see this kind of stuff as much. And it's neat. I remember back in the 90s, or maybe it was the early 2000s, I had VHS copies that were special edition, and it was a box set, Jurassic Park, and it had 2 VHS tapes, and The Lost World, and it had 2 VHS tapes. The film itself on 1 VHS tape, and then a lot of behind the scenes and documentaries on the second tape. I still really wish I had those tapes, but life happens. But thank you guys so much for checking out this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, especially if you're as big a Jurassic Park fan as I am. And I'll be back soon with more. See you, folks.